From the news desk of Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin, this is News in the Hour.
In the headlines. President Tinubu celebrates former Plateau Governor Jonah Jang at 80. President Tinubu approved the fresh military hardware for the military. Kwara pensioners hails government on gratuities payment. Moving on to the foreign scene, 4 killed after United States refueling plane crashes in Iraq. FIFA set to replace Iran at the 2026 World Cup. Good afternoon and thanks for joining us for the news on the hour on Diamond 887 FM, Ilorin, Kwara State, Nigeria. I am Precious AFOLABI D. We'll bring you details of the news after this short break, please. We'll be right back.
Yeah, wait, he's from our tribe and we have the same religion. So we have to protect our own. Our tribe isn't corrupt. I beg you, leave them now, our Peking.
Wait, stop and think. Do you realize that the impact of corruption and careless decisions by that clansman or family member of yours doesn't know tribalism or nepotism? Let's hold everyone accountable for a better society and country. If you see something, say something to the right authorities.
This message is reaching you from Diamond 88.7 FM, Ilorin.
Welcome back from that short break. Please do note that you can listen to us via website www.diamondfm.net, to watch us live on Facebook at Diamond 887 FM, on YouTube Diamond 887 FM. Now the news in detail. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has congratulated former Plateau State Governor and elder statesman Senator Jonah Jang David on the occasions of the 80th birthday, describing him as a dedicated public servant whose contributions has helped shape governance and stability in Plateau State, Nigeria. In a congratulatory message issued today by Special Advisor on Information and Strategy, Bayo Ononuga, the president rejoiced with the former governor, noting that the milestone reflects decades of service to the state and the nation. Tinubu acknowledged Jang's role in promoting peace and harmony in Plateau State, particularly through initiatives aimed at reducing religious and ethnic tension. Tinubu also prays that God would grant the octogenarian continued good health and strength to keep contributing to the progress of Plateau State and Nigeria. The Minister of Defense, General Christopher Musa, retired, as disclosed. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has approved the procurement of the new equipment for the armed forces and other security agencies to enhance the fight against terrorism and banditry across the country. Musa, who briefed State House correspondents after nearly 2-hour security meetings at the presidential Villa Abuja, said the president remains committed to supporting security agencies in their operations against insurgents. However, he did not specify the type of quality of equipment approved by the president, as the defense minister appeals to Nigerians not to be discouraged by reports of attack, assuring that terrorists and bandits were suffering more casualties than the security forces. The president of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, has assured that the Senate will pass the 48.472 trillion naira 2026 appropriation bill on March 31st, after lawmakers resumed from the summer break. Speaking shortly before the Senate adjourns the plenary, Akpabio said standing committee should continue working during the recess, particularly on ongoing budget defense sessions and coordination with the Senate Committee on Appropriations. He stressed that the need for the Appropriations Committee to compete at works ahead of the planned passage date to enable the upper chamber conclude the process without delay. The Senate President also emphasized the need for collaboration among the leaderships of the National Assembly to ensure the smooth passage of the budget. And coming on to Kwara, beneficiaries of the ongoing payments of the gratuities of local government and state Universal Basic Education Board SUBEB pensioners from 2011 to 2013, as well as state pensioners from 2015 to 2017, have described the payment by the Kwara State government as timely. In a statement jointly signed by the state chairman of the Nigerian Union of Pensioners, NUP, Alhaji Saidu Oladimeji, and the Secretary Comrade Chief, Abraham Jonah Ghana, the pensioners commended Governors Abdurrahman Abdulrazak for the intervention. The union said that apart from the regular payments of monthly pensions in full and as when due, Governor Abdulrazak had also paid gratuities to entitled pensioners who had been on the waiting list for years. The pensioners, however, appealed to the governor to ensure that the payment to all screened retirees under the Local Government Pensions Board beyond 2013 is made simultaneously with payment to their state counterparts. Public commentator and analyst Malam Jima Halikinla has called for improved care, empowerment and security measures for internally displaced persons IDPs in Nigeria. Speaking today in Diamond Breakfast Show monitored by Onyedamola Adewumi, Halikinla says many IDPs have been forced to leave their home due to kidnapping, terrorist attack, and in some cases natural disasters such as floods. And according to him, the situations have left many displaced persons without houses to establish shelter and essential services. He noted that the organizations working with displaced persons are advocating that IDPs should not be only kept in camp and fed by, should also receive proper care, access to basic services, skills acquisitions, and empowerment to enable them become useful members in the society. The news is reaching you from Diamond 887 FM in Ilorin, Kwara State, Nigeria. We're going to break now. When we return, we'll bring you the foreign news and the sport news. Please stay with us.
You ugly. Everybody they post picture for social media. You too they put picture.
Hey, wait, this picking no even fine. Yeah.
See this bro guy, now your generation they here.
You probably don't know how much your words hurt, but cyberbullying is real. Words hurt, whether it's in person, from typing, or behind a screen. Just a comment or unnecessary share from someone you know or from a complete stranger can hurt. Words can even end lives. Think before you type. Stop cyberbullying today.
This message is reaching you from Diamond 88.7 FM, Ilorin.
Glad to know you're still there and you're welcome back. Now we move straight to the foreign scene. 4 of 6 crew aboard United States military refueling aircraft has died after it crashed in western Iraq. Rescue effort continues after the loss of the KC-135. The military said neither hostile nor friendly fires were involved in the downing of the aircraft. The tanker had been involved in ongoing U.S. operations against Iran and was one of the 2 craft involved in the incident. The second landed safely. The Boeing-manufactured aircraft are capable of refueling planes, media, and typically played major roles in the U.S. military operation. They were used extensively in the First Gulf War to extend the range of fighters, the fighters' jet, and the bombers. Moving on to the water sports, the federations of the international football associations will begin considering replacements for Iran at the 2026 World Cup, as they have announced their withdrawal from the tournament following the U.S.-Israeli airstrikes on the country. The 2026 World Cup will be played mostly in the United States. However, the President Donald Trump's political decisions have affected the football world. With Iran set to pull out, FIFA now needs to find another country to complete the group, in that include Egypt, Belgium, and New Zealand. Iran finished top of their Asian qualifications group, but one of the FIFA's possible choice is to fast-track the UAE into the tournament as they come second. With that, we have come to the end of the news on the hour, but before we go, here's the recap of the major highlights. You heard earlier that President Tinubu celebrates former Plateau Governor Jonah Jang at 80. President Tinubu approved fresh military hardware for the military. Kwara pensioners hails government and gratuities payment. You also heard from the foreign scene, 4 killed after United States refueling plane crashes into Iraq. And lastly, in the world of sport, FIFA sets to replace Iran at the 2026 World Cup. Do you know segment? Do you know segment on this day in 1995? Olusegun Obasanjo was arrested at his home following his open criticisms of the Abacha's regime. If you don't know, now you know. For more information or contact Diamond FM on this numbers 0916-026726. The news was edited by Abiodun Akinwumi, and I am Precious AFOLABI. Many thanks for listening to your shining supreme stations. Please do note that the Yoruba version of the news will be coming immediately.